The North Pole, it was a huge city standing alone at the top of the world, filled with favorites from every Christmas toy made. At first, we saw no elves. They all gathered at the center of the city. The conductor said, "This is where Santa will give the first gift of Christmas." "Who receives the first gift?" we asked. "The conductor will choose one of you." "Look," shouted one of the children, the elves. Outside, we saw hundreds of elves. As our main train drew close to the North Pole, we slowed to a crawl. So crowded were the streets with Santa's helpers. When the Polar Express could go no further, we stopped to look outside. Look at all the elves.
That's millions.
Elves there at the North Pole, busy making toys.
If Chippy joined, that'd be 1,000,001.
We pressed through the crowd. At the edge of a large circle in front of us stood Santa's sleigh. The reindeer were excited. They pranced and paced, ringing the silver sleigh bells. It was a magical sound like nothing I've ever heard. Across the circle, the elves moved apart, and Santa Claus appeared. He marched over to us and said, "Let's have this fellow here." Jumped into his sleigh. The conductor handed me up. I sat on Santa's knee. He said, "What would you like for Christmas?"
He said that to us too.
I knew that I could have any gift I would imagine. The one thing I wanted most for Christmas was not inside Santa's bag. What I wanted more than anything was a silver bell from Santa's sleigh. When I asked, Santa smiled. He gave me a hug and told an elf to cut a bell from a reindeer's harness. The elf tossed it up to Santa, and he stood holding the bell above it and said, "The first gift of Christmas!"
Yaga! Hayden, move! Yaga! Hayden, put your head down. Come on, dude. Hayden.
The clock struck midnight, and the elves roared their approval. Santa handed the bell to me and put it in my bathrobe pocket. The conductor helped me down to the sleigh. Santa shouted in the reindeer's names and cracked his whip, and he charged forward and climbed into the air. Santa circled around above us and disappeared into the cold, dark night.
I was going to say winter night.
As soon as we were back inside the Polar Express, the other children asked to see the bell. I reached in my pocket, but the only thing I felt was a hole. I had lost the silver bell from Santa Claus's sleigh. "Let's hurry outside and look for it," one of the children said, but the train gave a sudden lurch and started moving. We were on our way home.
He's sad.
Yawn.
I'd be sad if I lost it.
It broke my heart to lose the bell. When the train reached my house, I sadly left the other children. I stood at my doorway and waved goodbye to the conductor. And I couldn't hear him. He said, "What?" I yelled out. He cupped his hand and says, "Merry Christmas," he shouted. And the Polar Express let out a loud blast from a whistle as it sped away.
That's loud.
On Christmas morning, my little sister Sarah and I opened our presents. When I looked as if everything had been unwrapped, Sarah found one last small box behind the tree. It had my name on it. Inside was the silver bell. There was a note. It said, "Found this on the seat of my sleigh. Fix that hole in your pocket. Signed, Mr. C."
Your name is
I shook the bell and it made a beautiful sound. I ever heard before. My mother said, "Oh, that's too bad." And her father said, "It's broken." When I'd shaken the bell, my parents could not hear the sound. At one time, most of my friends could hear the bell, but as years passed on, it fell silent for all of them. Even Sarah, my sister, found one Christmas she could no longer hear that sweet sound. Though I've grown old, the bell still rings for me as it does for all who truly believe.
The end.
Whoa.
Thank you, Santa.
Yeah! Thank you! This is to give me a lot of good content. Thank you.